Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Dale and Scott.
Dropping out of light speed at the Alpha Centauri system in 3, 2, 1. Prepare master deflection engine for light speed commutation. Disengaging artificial gravity.
This is the Swish Edition from space.
Really?
Yeah, we're playing new music every week. I'll tell you a little bit about that song later in the show. Welcome back. It's Swish Edition for February 21st. I'm Scott.
And I'm Dale.
And we're here back in the studio with you for another week. I got to start with this because it was probably one of the most disturbing things I've seen or read online since the last time we talked to everybody. Is it genius or is it sick and twisted? There is a company in Northeast Ohio. It's Northfield, Ohio. They will preserve your dead loved one's tattoo. They literally take the skin off the dead person.
Yeah.
They have some kind of preservation system they do to it, and then they put it in a frame, and you can hang it in your house.
Disgusting.
It's
Gross.
called Save My Ink Forever. They've been doing it since 2016, and this is how they practiced. They knew they could probably do it, but they needed to practice on people, and they needed real tattoos on real skin to be able to figure out how to do this. So what they did is they contacted women, maybe men too, that were about to get a tummy tuck where, skin was going to be removed from their midsection to,
And they possibly had tattoos there.
or they asked them to get a tattoo so that then they could remove it after the skin was cut off by the doctors.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing? And they figured out how to do it. They also run a Beyond the Flesh museum.
What? Like a bodies museum.
I guess so.
I've never been to one.
No. There's a bodies right here in Vegas.
I know.
I don't know that I want to go see a bunch of dead bodies preserved. It's icky to me.
I think it sounds cool.
Anyway, here are the prices. Individual tattoos start at about $1,700. Like the one on your arm, maybe.
Yeah.
Full arm sleeves, $5,000 to $7,000. Full leg sleeve, $10,000 to $15,000. Full chest or back tattoos, $15,000 to $20,000, and a full body suit. Who is that? The drummer from Blink 182.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But now, see, then that when it becomes weird, because if they do it right, then you're basically going to have this mural of a person's body,
Their entire body,
flattened and hung up on your wall, I guess.
That costs $80,000 to $100,000. I just think it's super, super creepy. But then I was thinking, well, you've got how many? You have 5 tattoos?
Yeah, but who would want them?
I want one. If you go
That's
before
so
me.
Stupid.
Yeah.
That's weird.
No. I can't.
So you want to have this hanging in the house, but you won't go to a museum and see, for science, dead bodies preserved so you can learn about the human body.
It's gross, isn't it? No, I think that I will. I don't know. A lot of people keep ashes of their loved ones after they pass. Some people keep pets. I think your mom has kept pets.
But they're in urns.
Right.
And it's just ashes. It's not
Some
actual.
people actually take the ashes from a deceased person and turn it into a diamond. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of ways to preserve. I don't think I love my loved ones and I cherish them, but I don't think I need a piece of them when they're gone.
No.
No. Maybe I'll cut off a lock of your
The ashes
a lock of
thing
your
is
hair.
completely
maybe.
different, but anything other than that,
It's super
be kinda
creepy.
weird.
You know what's also super creepy? Back when photography first started, like in the late 1800s and early 1900s, it was a thing for people to dress up their dead kids and take pictures of them like a family portrait. And the kid was literally dead.
Yeah.
But they somehow left it's so creepy. I don't like
Weird.
stuff like that. I would never take a picture of a dead person
Well,
like
aren't you
in their
glad
coffin.
that you live in this time now?
I know.
Not back then.
I guess. I guess. Hey, let's totally change gears. I don't know why I started with that story. That seems like a story that should have been later in the show.
Right. Or not at all.
Or not at all. Dale has no editing ability on this show. I write the script and he just rolls with it. Day before yesterday, Dale and I decided let's go do something interesting. No, it was Sunday.
It was Sunday.
We decided to go check out this new. You found this place.
I have been following these people for a few weeks now. I believe they had been. What did they tell us? They've been open only 6 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I just see these pictures like on Instagram. It just looked like a really cool place. And it was a really, really nice day here on Sunday. I was like, fuck it. Let's go down there.
It's called Happy Camper.
And it's a chain. They have Chicago as where the first one started. Then they have one in
Denver.
Yeah. And then now here.
Yeah. They have four in Chicago area.
Yeah.
One in Denver, and now their 6th one here.
Totally freaking cool.
It is so cool. So I knew nothing about it. I didn't look it up. He told me they sell pizza and there was a bar.
Yeah.
That's all I knew. And it's right at the corner of the Fashion Show Mall, which if you guys know about Vegas, it's right on Las Vegas Boulevard, right across the street from the Wynn.
Yeah. I don't know that cross street. I know it's Las Vegas Boulevard and
Fashion Show Mall or something.
but it's the other roads, not the one that we turned on the
Yeah,
park.
I don't know. So it's right there, and it's right on the corner, and they have open air, retractable roof.
Yeah.
And retractable walls, so they can open the whole thing up when it's a nice day.
It's like a really big garage.
Right.
Sort of, but nice.
But the entire ceiling is covered in disco balls.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of them.
Mm-hmm.
They have beer pong. They've got a fire pit.
Yeah.
They've got just all kinds of fun things. And the people there that are working there could not have been nicer.
Awesome place.
We sat at the bar. We got to know the bartender there, Josh, and I don't know if we got her name.
We didn't get her name.
We got a picture of Josh up on our socials. We had feta. We had meatballs. They have wonderful pizza there. We both got a drink called the Big Ass Lemonade, which is a 32-ounce
It's big.
vodka and lemonade.
It's like what you would go to 7-Eleven, the big gulp.
the big gulp, but it had
Sort of.
vodka in it. Which
Yeah,
is
so
perfect.
I think I watched them pour, and they pour 4 ounces.
Yeah.
But he wasn't literal with that. He would pour, but the stuff would still keep going in.
I had a buzz when I was done with that
Certainly,
drink.
we're buzzing when we finished the drinks, and that was the only cocktail we had for
Yeah.
the whole time.
Well, that's enough.
Right.
That was enough. And the food was amazing. And then the day was perfect. So this is a great place to go to spring and fall.
Yeah, we got the whipped feta
That was so good.
with honey.
It was so good. And
pistachios.
pistachios.
Yum, yum,
So
yum.
good. So if you guys come to Vegas, go to Happy Camper. We were happy campers when we left there.
Oh, yeah.
We really were.
Yeah, because we ended up going to the Wynn, spending lots of
We
money.
shouldn't have gone to the Wynn. We ruined it by going to the Wynn. We should have just gone home.
But
So-
enjoyed it so much that we have friends coming next month, and we're going to go.
We are definitely going to take friends there. I think everybody that we know would love it there.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
And you can rent it for parties. I think the max occupancy I read online was 200 people.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a huge place.
No. And I like it because of that. If there was a bad thing to say, the view's not great.
You're looking at an empty
Or a
lot.
parking lot, which I'm hoping someone will eventually develop
Yeah.
and make it nice.
Well, you can see the Wynn, and you can see the Wynn's empty lot, and then you can see the Resorts World on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's right there. And
That's
if you want to go
awesome.
shopping, you can.
Oh, you're right at the fashion
There's
show.
plenty of restaurants. We love Capitol Grill there. Maggiano's is there. Tons of fun stuff to do
Yeah.
there. Yeah. You probably remember this story from several years ago.
Oh, I do.
She's even in a song. Rachel Dolezal, she was the former head of the NAACP chapter in Spokane, Washington, and she was infamously fired from her position because she misrepresented herself as a black woman She's not black.
She's not black.
In any way. Her biological parents were both very white, and they outed her. I think they did an interview. They're like, Rachel is
what the hell's going on?
Not black. So she said she identified as a black person. So can you just be anything you want and just say I identify as this?
I guess.
I don't think you can I don't think you're allowed to do that when it comes to race.
I don't know the rules.
I mean, I know people change their sex these days, but I don't really think you can change your ethnicity. Yeah, I don't. That's just not. That's taking it a step too far, right? Anyway, she fucked it up all over again. So she knew the name wasn't going to work. I mean, some rap star even put her name in, right? Wasn't her name in a popular song?
It was something.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
So she changed her name to Nikki Diallo, and she moved to Tucson, Arizona, and she became a public school teacher. But then what does she go and do? She started an OnlyFans account and posted about it on her social media. Well, of course, the school system in Tucson fired her over that because teachers aren't supposed to be naked on the internet.
Right.
And
you could have your students find you and all that crap. It could be a big problem.
But here's a picture of what she looks like now.
I know.
Do you want to see this woman naked?
I don't know.
Who is paying to see her naked?
People like weird shit, man.
People pay to see feet.
Yes, they do.
And so I just thought that story was crazy. And then comes along another one. In related news, George Santos, the disgraced former congressman who was kicked out of Congress a couple weeks ago, started a Cameo. I think we talked about that on a previous episode.
Yeah.
And I said, is there even one person out there who's going to buy his damn Cameos? Well, it turns out thousands of people have. Yeah. And he's made hundreds of thousands of dollars already. It's just, who are these people? Of all the celebrities out there that you can get to do you a private video with your name talking to you, why would you pick him?
Because it's funny to do that for someone, especially if you have a friend or relative who's super liberal. And you have a video made for them from him. That's where it comes in.
Well, Trump better start making them soon. He's got to pay all those fines.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so I don't know. I think he's got a good case here. You may have heard that George Santos has sued Jimmy Kimmel, ABC, and the Disney company because Jimmy Kimmel used several of the cameos that his employees
he would
bought.
set them up.
Yeah,
and then
so
air them.
They used fake names and fake accounts to get Santos to say weird, crazy things, and he actually did it.
Yeah.
And they did a segment on the show, on Jimmy Kimmel's show on ABC, and it was called Will Santos Say It? And they're just trying to come up with the craziest things that they could do. They did this 14 times, and every single time he did it, they had him congratulate a person for eating 6 pounds of loose ground beef in less than 30 minutes. They did another one about, a clone schnauzer named Adolf. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And he did them all. So the terms, I went and looked because I wasn't sure after I read this story. I went to Cameo and I read the terms. And you're not allowed, one, you have to represent yourself. You have to be a true, real person. You can't create a fake account to try to get a celebrity to do something untoward. And you're not allowed to use it in a commercial nature. Well, certainly putting it on ABC late night is a commercial nature. And yeah. So what happened was, and I didn't learn this until just today, George Santos reached out to Jimmy Kimmel's people and said, I want $20,000 because you put my cameos online and you weren't supposed to. Right. And ABC refused. And then now they're hit with this $750,000
if that's really
damages judgment. Or whatever.
When you sign up for those accounts and you have to agree to those terms, and then well, but you would also think that Cameo would be involved in this as well. I don't know.
I think that the ABC lawyers really fell down on the job because they shouldn't have allowed Jimmy Kimmel to do this. And I think ABC will end up will lose. I think they'll end up having to pay him.
Yeah.
And so he will get even richer. The man who does not deserve to get rich off shit like this. So I made on Friday night, last Friday night, I made Dale sit down and watch Jennifer Lopez's, I don't know what it is. It's an extra long advertisement, basically. It's a vanity project.
Same thing like Beyonce did with her album.
It's called This Is Me Now, a love story. It's a kind of a fictionalized, it's a movie. It's about 65 minutes long. It's really well done. But it's basically just a long music video to promote her new album, which is called, of course, This Is Me Now.
I don't like these. I don't hate these ideas of doing this. I just wish it was an artist that I really, really, really liked.
J-Lo apparently personally financed this movie to the tune of $20 million. Amazon Prime bought it or agreed to run it, I guess. And I didn't know this. It was co-written by Ben Affleck.
I did know that. I found that out after the fact.
Yeah, and he's in it. He's kind of got a little cameo as
he's like a
TV reporter, anchor
right?
On a show, a TV show. In the movie, she plays a character which is loosely based on herself, who gets married multiple times and falls in love easily, but none of them work out.
Oh, sounds like she knows a little bit about this.
She does know a little bit about that. She's been married 4 times. Hopefully this one will stick because I really like Ben, and I think.
Well, this is the second time, right?
They weren't married the first time. They didn't get married. They were engaged.
Mark Anthony,
he's still out there. He's actually touring this year.
You know, he's
touring this summer.
I called a friend of mine on FaceTime, and she had to hang up because he was touring. She was at his concert.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah,
I had no idea he was still singing. And
of course, I assume that he and J-Lo have a decent relationship because they do share kids together, so they must see each other a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the kids are what? Preteens now or teenagers now.
I don't know, but doesn't he have kids from other women too?
I think he's been married multiple times too. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of J-Lo, she's touring this summer. The rumor was that she was going to do a residency at the Park MGM, but that's not happening. Not this year.
No.
She's going to tour the whole country this summer. She's going to be here in July, here in Las Vegas. Just for shits and giggles, I checked out the prices because we have talked about this in the past. What does it cost to do the meet and greet where you get to go backstage before the show and get your picture taken with the artist? We've done it. We've done it with
Katy Perry.
Did it with Katy Perry. We did it with Ricky Martin. We've met other celebrities at other kind of events, and I get a kick out of it. And I put their pictures up on the wall of our studio, which we're looking at right now. We got one with Wayne Newton and the guy from Imagine Dragons.
Well, Wayne Newton just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, that just kind of happened. Right?
It just happened.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was wondering, well, what does J-Lo charge for this?
Yeah.
Her meet and greet, which includes a front row ticket, which actually looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
You get a poster, you get some other freebies, you get 3 drink tickets. It's $4,100 with tax.
In comparison, do we even know how much Katy Perry costs? Because we were gifted that.
Yeah, we did talk about it on the show.
I don't remember.
It was more like half that.
It was
like
not,
2,000, 1,500, 1,800, something like that.
Yeah,
in that
it certainly
range.
wasn't
This just seems.
$4,100.
I know J-Lo's very popular, and I'm sure this tour will sell out, but that's a lot of $4,000 per person to get your picture taken with her and sit in the front.
No.
Other non-VIP seats in the arena for her concert is about $500 for a decent seat. Okay. You could be probably up in the 300s, 400s, and spend 100, 200. But
I tell you who's going to be exciting, and maybe we should get serious and talk about it, is Pink this summer at Allegiant.
Yeah, Pink's coming back. She was here last summer. We were supposed to go. We didn't go.
Only because she likes to fly around.
Yeah. That is fun. I bet Pink doesn't cost $4,100 to get it. I'd love to have a picture of Pink on our wall. I'd love to have a J-Lo picture.
Maybe we should start looking because they sell tickets early.
Well, we're gonna work our magic, our casino friends, and see if we can go see J-Lo. I don't need my picture taken with her, but I'd like to go. But I'm not paying for it.
I think you should find someone to go with.
You mean someone besides just the two of us?
Yes. No, I mean instead of me.
Oh, that's horrible. You're going.
No, 'cause I don't particularly like it. You make me go to these things I don't like.
You make me go to things I don't like.
You liked Happy Camper.
That was great.
And now for something completely different.
So the dictionary. Have you ever heard of that? Did you know there's
Yes.
All right, so there's several dictionaries out there, but did you know that dictionary.com apparently is the most used dictionary in the world?
Oh,
You think Merriam-Webster probably would.
right.
No, dictionary.com is where people go to look up words.
That's because it's easy.
It's
Dictionary.com.
friggin' easy. And you would think the people at stupid Merriam-Webster should have bought dictionary.com, those dumbasses.
Wait, but you can get the Merriam-Webster just by going to Webster, right?
I guess, yeah, you can go to Merriam-Webster.com. They're online.
Yeah.
But dictionary.com is a separate dictionary, and they are the most popular in the world.
You would think. However, if you want a true dictionary, you use Merriam-Webster, not the bullshit of what we're about to talk about of dictionary.com.
Well, okay, so dictionary.com, but they are the leading dictionary in the world.
Okay,
So, hello.
but it's weird.
Dictionary.com just added 327 new words and phrases for winter 2024 because
Why not?
things come up.
Sure.
So we're going to tell you about just a few of them. We're not going to go through all 327 or we'd be here all night. There's squish. Squish is a noun. It's an intense feeling of infatuation that is not romantic or sexual in nature, a platonic crush.
That's not at all what squish is. That's a sound when you're on your shoes. It's squish, squish, squish.
Yeah,
squish
agreed.
in the rain.
But apparently there's another meaning for the word.
Oh, okay.
It's a squish.
Okay.
So the squish is the intense feeling is not a noun, but the person that you're intensely feeling about is your squish.
So how do you use it in the sentence? I have a squish.
I have a squish on Ricky Martin. I have an intense feeling of infatuation about him, but I don't.
But not in a
but
romantic or
it's a
sexual
platonic
way.
way, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Does that work?
I guess so.
Yeah. Greedflation,
Mm-hmm.
which really doesn't need a definition. We all know what greedflation is, and it's happening a lot everywhere in almost every sector of the economy right now, it seems. From rent to gas to potato chips.
Oh my God.
That
Potato chips is a crime.
Potato chips are not only greedflation, they're also shrinkflation.
It can't cost that much to make a potato chip.
Why is a bag of Ruffles $7?
Right. They're $7 now?
They're just friggin' potato chips. It's
don't-
insanity.
Potatoes
and we buy 'em all the
must have
time.
been hit really hard for some reason.
No, I think it's greedflation. Climate breakdown is a new term that is being used, which was never used before. Intimate partner violence. Isn't that what is domestic partner?
It's just domestic violence.
Domestic violence not good enough?
Right.
Or maybe you don't necessarily have to live with your intimate partner. So maybe that's why they call it intimate partner violence.
Shit, words we don't need.
I have never hit you. I feel good about that. Skip lagging. You've heard about this, right?
I've heard about this.
So skip lagging is the practice of purchasing an airline ticket for a flight with a layover at one's true destination. That's where you're going to get off. So if you look at it, and I've done this before, and it is true. If you say you wanted to go to, I don't know. So you wanted to go to Orlando, but
You need to stop in
you
Charlotte.
book a flight that stops in Charlotte. No, you want to go to Charlotte, but you book a flight that goes from your hometown to Orlando with a stop in Charlotte.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than flying directly to Charlotte. So you get to Charlotte and you obviously can't check a bag.
Right.
You'd have to have just a carry-on. And you get off in Charlotte and you don't use the second portion of that flight.
And it's cheaper to have a flight with a layover than it is to have direct.
Yeah. So what can happen though if you don't get back on that plane?
Oh, they
And
will. You'll
they
be on
could
a
be
list.
banned from buying a future ticket on that airline.
Mm-hmm.
It's not against the law,
No,
but the airline doesn't want you to do it. You know,
I mean, but they're getting their money anyway.
I don't know why they care.
Right.
It's they're the dumb ones coming up with these stupid prices. You know, and let me tell you, I was researching prices for us to fly to Miami.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Even coaches as much as we used to pay for first class.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know how they do it, but I think it was 60 Minutes who did a thing on a flight. What's the average airplane hold? 300 people? I don't know.
I mean, it depends.
280? Or just say 300 people. Every person on that flight could
be
pay
paying a separate price.
A different price.
So crazy.
And you could just be sitting next to each other if you're in row 32.
Yeah. Why can't there just be one price?
It's one fucking price.
Because
you either sit in the back or the front.
No, because they're constantly adjusting them depending on when you buy it and how full they are. And if there's only one seat left, it's going to be more expensive than if there were 45 seats. Right?
I guess.
I think it's stupid. Anyway, a couple more words. Bed rotting. Apparently, this is when people stay in bed all day with their phone and a bag of chips.
That sounds nice.
Bed rotting. You would love that. If you could, you'd live your entire life in the bed.
No, not in the bed.
Slow fashion is the opposite of fast fashion. So you know fast fashion, right?
Yeah, it's like H&M.
H&M
is a big one. American Apparel.
Yeah,
is
which is really horrible quality shit that's
Yeah.
made by kids in Africa, I don't know where, China, and then you throw it away after you wear it twice. Well, slow fashion is a movement among clothing producers and consumers that emphasizes eco-friendly, well-made clothing, maintenance and repair of your garments to extend their life. So that's what slow fashion is.
There you go.
Yeah. It's basically a woke way of dressing and,
Right.
and clothing yourself. I actually have clothes that I've had for decades.
I have something.
I have a leather jacket that is almost 40 years old.
And I have that long Calvin Klein jacket that I've had for at least 15 years.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I have T-shirts that I've worn for decades, literally.
I mean, it won't work here. It's way too heavy for Las Vegas.
We still have all of our East Coast jackets and coats, and we hardly ever wear them. But we hold on to them because, we'll probably move back there again someday. And then there's the last word is called the Bechdel test. How would you say that? Bechdel? It's Bechdel. Bechdel test.
Bechdel?
This is a test of gender stereotyping and inequality in fiction, having a number of variations and used especially in movies. So this is this. They want movies where two female characters talk to each other, but they're not talking about a man. Which I started thinking about in movies, and I'm like, oh my God. Every movie I can think of, the two female characters are sitting around talking about a guy.
Yeah.
I thought about Clueless, and I thought about all the different things. Yeah, that's what they do. So this Bechdel test is, we don't want that. We want them to be talking about something else. Let's talk about painting the house, or talk about,
other
what they're going to have for dinner.
Other womanly duty things.
Right. Tampons. They could
Cooking. Washing clothes.
What are other things women are supposed to do? Knit.
Yes.
Bathe the children. Yes. Anyway, that's the test. That's a new word. Also learned something new this week. Maybe you already knew this.
I think everyone knows this.
Did they know this?
Yeah.
How come I just learned it at my age?
And there's also apparently a third thing that makes. Go ahead.
Why does Coca-Cola taste best at McDonald's? A lot of people think this. A lot of Coca-Cola fans think the best Coke they can get on the planet is not out of a jar.
Right.
I mean, a glass bottle.
Right.
Which I think the glass bottle ones are the best. They think it's from McDonald's, and it's because they refrigerate the syrup and the CO canisters and the lines running up from wherever they are.
And apparently,
to the machine.
3 on the list is the McDonald's straw has something to do with it.
The big fat straw
It's
instead
a big
of a
straw,
thin straw.
So when you suck up the Coke, you get a more... the Coke takes up more real estate on your tongue, and it's supposed to taste with all the taste buds. Supposed to be
goodness.
really good.
I don't drink soda anymore, like hardly ever.
I don't either, but when I go to a fast food place, I like a Coke.
I think I might have to go try one.
Yeah.
It's been years since I've had a Coke. Anyway, it's not good for you people. Soda is not good for you.
No.
I'm totally shifting gears. Lionsgate has announced that they are opening a John Wick experience at Area 15 here in Vegas this summer.
I feel like we have missed the ball on this because I have seen none of these movies. Have you?
I've never. I'll tell you why I haven't seen any John Wick movies. It's not because I don't love Keanu. I love Keanu. I think he's one of the best people on earth. He's such a great guy, humanitarian. If you saw him walking down the street, he would stop and talk to you for 15 minutes. He's such a great guy, and I love his work. The reason I haven't watched John Wick is because the whole thing is based on the fact that these people killed his dog. And I don't want to watch movies where people's dog gets killed.
It only happens once, apparently.
So I don't like that Will Smith movie where the apocalypse happens and someone kills his dog. And I'm like, stop with the killing of dogs.
That, you're thinking, yeah, I can't think of the movie.
I really don't like when dogs die in movies. My dog Skip. Oh my God. I was dead for weeks. That killed me.
But
Please don't.
Well, then maybe I should watch the John Wick because everyone says that they're just fantastic, and I haven't seen a single one.
I will watch it.
And now we have to because this experience is going to be in our backyard.
This is really cool. So apparently Lionsgate's done this before to promote their other movies. They've done attractions around Saw, which I refuse to watch.
But
you never get me to watch
You have
Saw.
to admit, that franchise is pretty big.
It's been huge for them.
But it's for a certain fan.
Yeah. They did a Blair Witch attraction, and then of course Hunger Games, which has been huge for them. And they really have a bunch of good properties, don't they? Anyway, so the John Wick experience is opening sometime this summer here in Vegas, and you'll get to go into the hotel and meet all the characters from the movies, and there's all kinds of things you could do, a themed bar and all kinds of fun stuff. This joins Universal's horror building that they're building over there at Area 15, which is going to all be about the Mummy and Frankenstein and Dracula, and I'm looking forward to that. Wolfman, that's going to be really fun too.
Okay.
Anyway, what other movies and TV shows could be made into great interactive experiences, either here in Vegas or otherwise? And I was thinking, well, let's think about some of the movies that came out this year. Oh, Oppenheimer?
Well, I mean,
Could we have a nuclear war
Why not?
experience?
and is there not anything in Las Vegas about that time?
There probably must be. This is where they tested a lot of the atomic
I know.
bombs. Yeah.
The second one on your list, yes.
Barbie.
And it would kick ass if they did it right. It made it just like that first 20 minutes of the movie in Barbie Land. The kids, little girls, would get a kick out of it.
Yeah. I mean, when the movie first opened, I think there was an Airbnb that you could rent that was built to look like Barbie's dream house, but how realistic could it be? I don't know. But if you could go into because if you guys saw Barbie, which most of you did, because I think everyone in the country has seen it. I just watched it a couple weeks ago. It was enjoyable. I got a kick out of it, but I didn't think it was Oscar worthy by any means. But the sets are amazing, and they really did a good job turning a toy and her dream house and her dream car into a reality. It was pretty cool. Then I was thinking Gilded Age. People love that kind of stuff. I mean, if you guys haven't seen Gilded Age on HBO, it's such a great show.
That period is just so
people love that kind of
cool
stuff
to watch. I love it.
And the whole way that society worked, which is so different from what it is
really
now.
It's not that different.
We
do things differently. We do have a class system still.
Yeah, but we're so much more casual about things nowadays.
Oh, sure.
You're not going to get ostracized from society if you get pregnant before you get married.
No.
You're not going to get ostracized if you get divorced and kicked out of the ladies' club, which is what was happening back there at the turn of the century.
You don't have to wear ridiculous outfits just to go dinner in your own kitchen.
To have dinner in your own dining room, you've got to get all dressed up, and you cannot go to dinner with the same outfit that you wore during the day.
And
you've got to change for dinner.
No one I know of heard of has a basement full of people who just manage everything.
I love that. Well, hey, we don't have a basement here in Vegas, but we should get one. I would love to have a whole staff of people.
Ring a little bell.
How great would it be if when we get done recording this podcast, we can just go downstairs and someone just serves us dinner?
Or have people do this for us.
You could get AI to do it. Apparently you can spend about 3 or 4 minutes saying a bunch of things into the microphone, and then forever after this, AI could just do your voice and talk.
Siri is supposed to be able to do that soon.
We don't want that. We don't want that. It's scary as
you could
fuck.
type messages and then it sounds like you.
I don't want that. Okay. Yeah, but okay. And then what happens when my sister calls me on the phone and says, "I've been in an accident. I need you to come. I need $4,000 immediately," and it sounds exactly like her, and I believe it. No, this kind of stuff is scary. This kind of stuff is scary, and I don't like it.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's it. The one last thing I want to talk about, there's this huge new craze. Beanie Babies were a big, huge craze at one point. I think your mom was even into it, right? Didn't your mom buy Beanie Babies?
Huge, to the point where she employed my sister and I, because at some point there were some animals where you could only allow one per person.
Right.
So me and my sister would have to go to the fucking store with her.
So
and
crazy.
Give us the money so we can go buy this stupid Beanie Baby.
And then shouldn't she resell them?
And you know where they are now? They're all in the attic collecting dust.
Yeah.
And worth zero.
Probably nobody wants Beanie Babies anymore. But the big thing right now is called Warmies. Have you heard about this? It's literally a microwavable stuffed animal. So it's about this big, 18 inches tall, and you can literally take it and put it in the microwave and warm it up so that you can give it to your kid or your sick relative or whatever, and it keeps you kind of warm, and it stays warm for hours.
That's cool.
They have dogs, cats, sharks, sloths, and an axolotus. And I had to look that up.
It's an oxalot. How do you not know that?
An oxalot?
Yeah.
Look at the picture.
I know. I used to watch animal shows a lot as a little. It's an oxalot.
It's kind of like a salamander type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Anyway, they have pigs and cows and all kinds of stuff.
He is. He got blue eyes and pink hair.
So, but they originally made these for kids and babies, but adults are buying them more and more to use themselves. And I was actually thinking, the dogs probably would love this on a cold night to throw one of those in their bed with them.
Yeah.
They'd curl up to this.
They would destroy it. I also thought about sometimes putting a heating blanket in.
Yeah.
Just as a layer, not under. Don't put them under it, but just as a layer.
I don't know. I want to leave that on all night, though. I have a really weird. My grandmother used to have electric blankets in her guest room. It scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Electric current running over you all night? No.
That's nothing compared to. I used to go to my aunt's house and would turn on a kerosene. You remember? I don't know if you remember, but these things were massive. They would stand
a space
about,
heater?
They stood about 4 feet tall.
In the house?
Yeah, they stood about 4 feet tall. You fill it with kerosene. It's just this like massive like cylinder 4 foot tall kerosene thing. You just leave it on all night.
No, in the house.
In the living room on the carpet.
Holy crap!
And
How did the whole house not burn down?
Didn't.
I won't even leave the room. We have a couple little space heaters here and there in the cold sections of our house. I won't even leave it plugged in when we're not when we're not around. Yeah.
I don't like those things. But
I unplug the toaster when we're not using it. Things like that freak me out.
Real kerosene.
Anyway, so go get a Warmie. They look really cute. I was actually thinking we should get some. We'll get a pig and a cow. I got an update from last week's show. I did try I don't know if Dale did, but I tried the Girl Scout cookies. Their brand new flavor for this season for 2024 called s'mores. They're not very good.
Oh, because they fucked up the recipe trying to be cheap.
The supposed graham cracker cookie part is very chalky and does not taste at all like a graham cracker.
Do we have some downstairs?
Yes, I'm going to have you have one after dinner. The marshmallow cream inside tastes nothing like marshmallow. It's basically like a generic version of a Vienna finger. You know what a Vienna finger is?
Lady fingers?
Yeah, not a lady finger, but a Vienna finger. It's a vanilla sandwich cookie with cream in the middle.
Yeah.
It tastes kind of like that, but not even as good as that.
Oh, that's not a lady finger at all.
No, it's
lady fingers in that. It's an Italian dessert.
Tiramisu. Yeah.
Tiramisu.
It's a completely different thing.
It's gross.
Anyway, he loves taking me off track. Anyway, I was just going to tell you, don't buy s'mores. Maybe you already know. You probably bought some.
Yeah.
Stick to the Thin Mints and the Samoas. The Samoas,
Samoas and the ones that you can't eat. The peanut butter ones that are so yummy.
Yeah, those are great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I got any of those for you. Mm-mm. Anyway, just to make sure that I didn't like them, I ate about 10 of them. So. Isn't that funny? It's true.
Oh,
it's true. It's funny because it's true. I don't know. Not eat anymore, but you can have some. Hey, I want to remind everybody that you can follow and subscribe to the Swish Edition. We really would it would be really helpful if you were a subscriber. And if you like our show, you could go on Apple Podcast app and leave us a review. That would be really great.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't like the show, don't leave us a review. You can get our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and swishedition.com, and almost anywhere you get your podcasts. The music at the top of the show today was called 1985. It's by Blake, and I will have information on how you can get the song on our website at swishedition.com. That's it. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye, Dale. I have never hit you. I feel good about that.